Client Portal and Fuentform Pro. Why do you want to use them both? Because when you have a client portal and you want to able to customers to make their own accounts, then you can do that with the client portal. Recently, they have updated the plugin, so you have to use a little bit of shortcodes. Let's see. Let's go to the settings. Later on, I'm going to show you what client portal is. If you think by yourself, what the heck is he talking about? I'm going to show you. So these are the shortcodes that you can use. And when you want to allow your customers to register for client portal, then you can use this little bit of shortcodes. Then you're going to design what the page will be where people can log in or register. So you can choose for any page. And actually, when you install client portal, then it automatically creates a login page, just like a lot of other plugins do when you have a plugin that allows people to register or log in. So this plugin does it as well. But if you want to use your own page, then you can copy and paste this short little code. And I've reached out to the support and they have sent me a link and they showed me and explained me how you can make that registration form. And there are also a lot of other shortcodes that you can use to customize a little bit the way client portal is going to act on your website. So here they are. And yeah, you can go to visit this website and then you can look it for yourself. So this is the project that is dedicated to project number 35. You can customize it, but we're not going to discover this on this tutorial because they have explained it on their own websites. What we are going to do is explain how you can use it with Fluent Forms. And what is the benefit of Fluent Forms? Well, Fluent Forms, as you all know, has a little bit more integrations. Well, actually a lot of more integrations. For example, you can make the pay getaways. If you go into the Fluent Forms and to the settings and then to the pay settings, then you can use Stripe, you can use PayPal, you have a test environment, Molly, and there are a lot of other things that you can do with Fluent CRM. Let me just change the WordPress environment into English. I'll do this quick because otherwise you think by yourself, what is this? I'm Dutch, so let's change it into English. All right. Yeah, come on. I'm paying a lot for this internet, but I think there are too many plugins on this website. So it's not my internet, but it's just the host that I'm hosting. Okay, let's first see what happens when we are going to register now with Fuentform CRM on the website. So actually, let's go first to the client portal, all the projects. If you can see here, there are a couple of projects and we're going to delete them. So there are no projects at all. We delete all the projects. And then we're going to the users and we're going to delete the user. Oh, it's only the admin. Okay, that's okay. So you see there's only the admin. You can delete the admin. And then you give the project a name. So this will be test 1. Then the first name and the last name for the person who wants to subscribe and register for client form. And then client portal. And then you see here the message that it was successful. And then when we're going to the website and we are going to refresh it, then you can see here that it's dedicated on a particular person and it's a client portal. The role is client portal. Now when we're going here to the client portals and all the projects, then we can see here that the test one is created with its own ID and the client is not dedicated on this project. That's a little bit of bug. You know, this I have to figure it out. I think that is because the security that have built in the client portal. So I have to figure out where the security is, and then maybe I have to change it from false to true or something like that. But I have to read the code, and I have given them an email to the support, but they didn't give the answer because they said that it's not possible. So, and when you are here, then you can see that this is the link that they get. So they have to confirm it. And when we are going to confirm it, we're going to change the passwords. You see here, let's just change it, whatever. And when we are going to log in, you see it, log in. And then we're going to use the email and log in. Then you can see that you don't have the permission. See, you don't have the permission. So I have to figure it out. Support didn't give me the answer because they said that it can be done, but everything can be done. What you see here is the test, and when we are adding it, now you can see that we have to set this. This is not a public project, so we have to choose the subscriber or the one who's registered. That was us. You remember we have registered. So then the person is on this project. So he's created his own project with his own name, and then you can use client portal for this particular person. If you can see here the meta keys, this is a plugin. I'm going to show you that later on. But anyway, when you go into the users and all the users, then you can see that this user has been added to this particular project. And the project is test 1. The role is client portal client, so everything works fine. So when you are deleting this one, and when you are seeing the projects, so we go into all the projects, client portal projects, and you see here is test 1, and let's make another test. So and if you can see, this is the default shortcode. If you're using the client portal shortcodes, you can do it and everything works fine. So there's no security issue. And when you want to let people pay for the clients, for the portal, then you can only do it with WooCommerce, but you have to install WooCommerce. And my God, when you don't want to use WooCommerce, then it can take a lot of space on your website. So let's just go back to the website and refresh it and make another project. So how creative I am, test 2. And we just use the same email address and then thank you, and we're gonna refresh the page. So this is test 2, and the whole show goes on, and you have to edit, and then you have to dedicate it to this particular person. So you have to go in down and then say that this is the person, Marco. Well, it's twice because we also had it created on the other project, but you get the picture. So when you are going to the client portal, and if you go to the settings, so first you go to the client portals and to the settings, then you have to go to register and login, and then create a new project. So it doesn't have any effect when we're using Fuentform CRM. Fuentform Pro. But when you're using the shortcodes of client portal itself, then it has effects. So it didn't affect this settings at all. But we dedicated to a new project to a template. And if you can see here, client portal will create the name, and it's every time the same name, the same portal name. So that can be a little bit confusing for the clients or for yourself, for the administrator. But anyway, we are dedicated to a new project and we save the changes. Now, it won't work if you didn't make a template. So if you go into all the templates, if you can see here, new project is the template, and this is the template. So you have to add a new project, and then you can use any template that you want. Or you can create every template that you want, and you can customize it, and so on and so on. So let's just go to Fluent CRM and just see what I've done. So we have made a form. If you can see here, the form that I've created is not a post type. Don't get confused with that. So don't use the form custom post types. I've made also videos about that. You can see them by yourself. And then you can see here the name of the portal, and you just give it a name. And then the first name, of course, you have to use the attributes first name, and the second name, the last name, is going to be the attribute last name. Now, these are all default attributes that WordPress uses. I think client portal is just acting like a new post of WordPress. They only have changed it to the client portal settings. So they pointed out to the client portal. And this is the email, and this is the conditions. So when we are going to the integrations, settings and integrations, then you can see here the marketing and CRM integrations, and then you can see that I added a new one. So you're going here to user registration integration, and then you editing it, you give it a name, and then the user registration field will be email, first name will be first name, and that will be the use name. The first name will be the first name. So this is the fields that you've made in the form, and it has to be the first name. So this was the one that I've used. As you can see here now, it's double, so we have to delete one. These are the inputs, the attributes that you've made in the form itself. Password, we don't use it because we are going to send them an email, and then the default role will be client portal. So I've tried to use some metadata, and it didn't work. As you can see, client didn't work, and the privacy didn't also work. So this is the thing that I have to figure out. I think it's all about the security, but I'm gonna, when I figure it out, then I'm gonna show you that later on in our tutorial. Auto login, you don't have to check it, but it has no effect on the form. Email notification, form validation, you can leave it as it is, because one or the other reason it has no effect at all, the form. Usually it does, but in this case it has no effect at all. So once you have done that, of course you can also go to the editor and embed a pay gateway. So when you're using Stripe or PayPal or something else, then you can use the pay methods, you can edit it, and then you can do whatever you want and let them pay for the registration with every payment gateway that you want to use. So when you go into the integration modules from Fuentform Pro, then of course you have to check the user registration, and for the rest you don't have to check anything. So that's the only thing that you have to do. The next thing that I've done for to make a new project and give it a particular name. So when we go in here to the projects and we see here the title and with the different kind of names, so every ID has its own name, and they can embed the name, and they can make the name as whatever they want, as you saw on the form. So when you were going to the Uncanny Animator, um, go to all recipes. Then you can see that I've made Fluent CRM, Fluent Form. I'm so sorry, it's Fluent Form. Don't get confused. And then, of course, you're gonna search for the form that you've created, that I showed you. And then it's gonna run on everyone. So no, to the existing user, and then you have to choose for email the email, and what to do if the user already exists. Do nothing. So that's the only thing that you have to do. And then to the WordPress, you have to create a new project. So that is a client portal project. If you can see here, then you have to search for the client portal projects. Then you can choose for published or draft or pending or private, whatever you want. In this case, I've chosen for published. The author is the email, and the title, that is the custom post type that I've showed you here in the form. So watch this. I'm going to show you how, where you can find it. So this is Dutch, but watch this name. So that's the only thing that you have to do. Now, as I already told you, the key didn't work, the custom keys. So let's just go to the title. So this is the title from the new one. So if you go to the client portal, no, to the form, all forms, and to the particular form that we have made. So this is the title, and when we're going in here, marketing integrations, and then we go here, and then you see here that I have used the title. Let's see. I'm making a mistake some or the other way. Maybe it's in the form itself. Let's see, username. Oh God, I did something wrong. Let's see all the recipes once again and edit. So when we're going in here, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's in the because we have the trigger form. So this is the particular form that we are using, and then when you're going to here to search the form, and then you can see that these are all the things that are in the form. So the first name, last name, email, and you give the project a name. This is the one. So I've used this one. So oopsie doopsie. Let's see. So you don't have to do anything in the Fluent form itself. So once you have done that, then everything is alright, and then you can use it. So I want to show you this plugin for the post meta keys. So when you go into the plugins, here you can see all the keys that you can use. So for example, when you go into to the posts, to client portal and all the projects. And you edit it. Then here under on the button, you can see all the post types that you can use. The meta keys. And you can do that for WooCommerce as well. And where are the plugins? Just go to the plugins. Let's see, where are you? Plugins, install plugins. I'm very slow. Shared hosting, because I'm using just this shared hosting for this, because I don't want to pay for websites that I don't use, only for tutorials. So when we are going to the particular plugin, so this is for the WooCommerce, and this is for all the other metadata that you want to search for the posts. So yeah, that was it. I'm gonna notify you when I find out how we can do that with the client portal, with the registration that they automatically been added to the particular portal that they have made. When I know how it works, then I'm gonna update this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.